guys, it's Rhino and welcome to one more Rhino preview. Today we're gonna have a look at Volfyirion Guilds, the new game by Tabula Games that is launching on Kickstarter on the 7th of July. As you may know, Volfyirion is a card game set in the beautiful universe of Mysthea, which is also the setting of some other previously released games that I have covered, like Mysthea, Achaeon, and Mysthea the Fall. Now, Volfyirion Guilds takes place after Volfyirion, and it is a standalone competitive deck-building card game for 2 players or for 4 if you have 2 decks, and there is also an exciting solo mode of the game. In Volfyirion Guilds, each of the players represents a guild and they fight for supremacy. To win the game, you need to destroy all of the opponent's cities before they destroy yours. Each match lasts on average about half an hour. It's fast-paced and you can use different tactics to take down your opponent, like attacking directly with your troops, do some deck thinning, activating powerful combos, or try to tame the dreadful dragon Volfyirion and unleash it against your opponent's cities. So in the game, each player starts with a basic deck and can buy new cards to add to their deck from the asset row. On their turn, players can do as many actions as they can afford using the cards on their cities or on their player area and all of the cards in their hand, as at the end of their turn their entire hand goes to their discard pile and they draw new cards. You can use your total command points of your cards to buy new asset cards. These cards could be troops, which you can place on the corresponding slots in your city to guard them and increase their defense value, or buildings, or command cards from different houses. Most of the cards have main and secondary abilities that can be triggered, and you may also activate synergies that you can use to create powerful combos if you have the house colors shown in your playing area or your cities. There's also a new type of card, the agents, which you can place on available cards in the asset row to acquire new cards without spending command points. The agent is then discarded, but the card under it goes into your hand. Apart from command points, some cards also give you battle points. If you have enough battle points, you can attack an enemy's city. If there's a troop there, you first have to beat the troop to remove it and have another go at attacking the city after that. With the battle points, you can also acquire these cards that are placed on the Volfyrion's lair. These cards, the Wonder cards, are not discarded after you play them on your turn, so they can keep offering you their ability permanently, unless your opponent takes an action to seal them, so they become unusable. If you manage to have 16 whole battle points in one turn, then you can use them to defeat Volfyirion, which can be a very powerful move. You remove the dragon from the game and gain both its lair cards. Moreover, you can use its card as a new city and gain 4 battle points from it each turn. And we also have the knowledge points. The knowledge points are used to seal and unseal wonder cards, to replace a card in the asset row, and to move the Volfyirion. If you spend 8 knowledge points, you can move Volfyirion to an opponent's city, so that your opponent has to spend 8 points on their turn to send it back to the Volfyrion's lair card, or if they can't do it, it will destroy their city. Another new thing in Volfyirion Guilds are the vaults. Each player gets a vault card in the beginning of the game. The main ability of the vault card is that you can store a command card there, and that way the card stays on your play area and its ability is always granted. So that mitigates the randomness of drawing cards in your turn and it becomes a bit more strategic. Another function of the vaults is that it works as something like a catch-up mechanism. In the game, your opponent will attack your cities or will send the dragon to do that, so you'll eventually start losing your cities. However, if you have 2 standing cities or less, the vault allows you to transform command points into battle points or knowledge points. And then the last ability of the vault is that when you have 1 city standing, you gain 1 battle point and 1 knowledge point each turn. And the game goes on like this, with players alternating turns trying to strengthen their deck, to activate combos, to make successful attacks, until one of the player's cities are all destroyed. Overall, Volfyirion offers new gameplay elements and a ton of options. You can use it as a standalone game or use it with Volfyirion as it is compatible as an expansion, and there's also a solo mode in which you can go against some epic creatures from the Mysthea universe. There's also the huge miniature of Volfyirion with an additional rule sheet with expansions for Volfyirion and for Mysthea. And last but not least, there is additional content and extra rules to be released during the Kickstarter campaign. There is an entire roadmap with treats for new and returning backers. You will be able to decide which stretch goals will be unlocked. There's also early bird offers like the Volfyirion treasure token box right here, and many more. I'll have the link to the roadmap with all the treats and also the link to the Kickstarter campaign page in the description below, so you can check it out for more details. So that was it for today. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.